Here is my view on one story making the news. The Russian elections, and President Putin has won another 6 years in power. At a speech, Putin said that no one will frighten him ever.
There are a lot of tasks ahead of us, but when we are consolidated, and I think it is now understood to everyone, no matter how hard anyone tries to frighten us, whoever tries to suppress us, our will, our consciousness, no one has ever managed to have done such a thing in history. And it won't happen now, and it won't happen in the future. Never.
It's been called a sham election by many around the world, and it's been reported that the turnout was 77%. It is important to note, however, that there were no credible opponents standing, as they've either been killed, are in jail, or have been exiled. It has been a decade since Russia annexed Crimea. Navalny's wife said that she wrote his name on her ballot.
You are probably wondering what I wrote on the ballot papers, who I voted for. Of course, I wrote Navalny's surname, because it just can't be so that a month before the election, and already during the presidential campaign, Putin's main opponent, already imprisoned, was murdered.
And she went on to say Putin is a killer and a gangster.
There could be no any negotiations and nothing with Mr. Putin because he is a killer, he is a gangster.
Protesters around the world denounced Putin and the Russian elections in what has been called Noon Against Putin. These protests are happening at noon, no matter what time zone you're in. One activist had a lot to say.
We have the only opportunity to show by going to polling stations at the same time as those who oppose Putin and those who oppose the war that we are the majority. And this is important inside Russia. It's important for those Russians who are inside other countries today, because Putin's propaganda is trying to convince, including Western public opinion, that all Russians are in favor of war.
So, to sum up, my view of the Russian elections is it's the biggest sham ever, with no opposition for President Putin at all, and any opposition silenced by being jailed, being killed, or being exiled.